Hey, hey, we are here today when it comes to Statistic Day. Statistics. What do we have to present with statistics? And why are these things important, right? I mean, because it helps us make sense of the world and how we compare to other races and other countries and things like that. I mean, we obviously cannot take into account every black person around the world, every human being around the world. But this is just some of the things that we have, some of the issues we have in our community, how they affect us and how they don't affect us. And I thought it was interesting because we always ran into stats that were wrong and stats were different, and we just had different stats. Now, what I did to find my stat, what did I do? What I did, I went to Grok. I went to Elon Musk's AI. I went to his AI and I got a list. I typed in, where can I find statistics about black folks? That's what I typed in. Where can I find statistics regarding black folks? That's what I typed in, right? So with me typing that in, that it put everything together, correlated everything, and then after I got it, I put in a whole bunch of search things, right? And once I put in a bunch of search things, I asked them to to correlate all of that, because the places that they gave me, where can I find statistics about black people? They gave me the Census Bureau, American Community Survey, ACS, Pew Research, BLS, which is Bureau of Labor Statistics, CDC, which is the Centers for Disease Control. They also gave me National Center for Educational Statistics and think tanks and universities. So, and National Center for Education. Okay. So I had like 6 or 7 places that Grok pulled information from for me when it came to black statistics. So I said I needed all of this. I needed this information collated. I needed all this information put together. Wait a minute, hold on. Let me put this down here. I get all this information. Okay, so this is how I got my information, right? I'm not saying my information is correct. Not all of my information was correct as I stated it. But I was pretty much spot on some of the statistics that I was mentioning, right? And also, I put in. Wait a minute. Can I get this information? Can I get all this? Call it. Okay. So I put it all in and I was like, okay, let me figure this out, right? Because we always hear these statistics and these numbers around. We specifically, okay, all of this stuff is collated. So they put it in, you'll be able to choose a format. One shirts and you can keep it. Yes. Okay. So our number one argument was about, okay, our number one argument, wait a minute, where do I find this? Our number one argument was basically, did women, one argument, did black women make more money than men, black men? And overwhelmingly, all of those websites, all of those statistical websites said black men make more money than black women, right? They make 1,053 and black women make 942. So 942 and black men make 1053. So that's about $100 difference between $100 difference between black men making more money than black men making more money than black women, right? And the thing is, it looks as though black women make more because black women buy more housing, and they buy more things, they have more things, they acquire more things, right? So it looks as though they make more money, but they don't make more money. They make like $100 a week less. So $400 so they make about $4,500 a year less than men. But we know that's not true, because a person, if I work in a warehouse and you work in a warehouse, we're going to make the same amount of money. If I work in the same, most people make similar amounts of money, depending on the profession, right? So we have to rank these things as the same profession. We can't say you're a doctor and I'm a lawyer. We have to both say, for example, we fare with the same amount of money if I work in a factory and you work in a factory. So for argument's sake, we're going to keep it with us working in the same area. But men make more money than women. Black men make more than women by $100 a week. So we're going to say $4,500 a year. And that has always been an argument. I'm not going to push back on that. I've never said that women made more money than men. I've never said that. And I've never looked up the statistics, so I'm assuming that it's correct. It's a gathering of about 6 different statistical websites that I went to, and those statistical websites said men make more. All of them said men make more than money. Okay. Adding debt does, because men don't buy houses at the same rate, and men don't use credit cards at the same rate. So women appear to make more money. That's just it. They appear. I didn't say they did. I said they appear. Because if I have a house and you don't have a house, it seems as though I have more money than you. That's what I'm saying. So this is why women come across as saying, well, I got more than you, because she has more debt. She does more with the resources that she has. Sure, men save money. They save money and they save money, and I get all that. I get the saving and all of that, right? But according to the statistics, women use credit card debt more, and they extend themselves more, because they're 9 times out of 10 the head of the household, and they're the head of the household, and they have the children, and so therefore they're extending themselves more than men most of the time. So they're extending themselves more. So that's where we get where women buy housing and they use credit card, because they're in debt more because of that. So it's debt more than likely. If she has medical debt, is because women have more chronic illnesses and children have more chronic illnesses than just a single male. So and a single female. So she has more debt. She has more medical debt. Credit cards, because she has to pay for X, Y, and Z, and she may not have the money until 2 or 3 days later, and she's going to use that credit card. So she has more credit card debt, right? And she has more housing debt, because obviously women buy houses a lot. So this is where we are at in the statistics when it comes to and I'm saying, I read to you all the places that I went to, right? I have statistics from Census Bureau, Pew Research, BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, CDC, the Center for Disease Control, National Center for Education, and a bunch of think tanks and universities, but I don't know what those are. It's just like Howard and the HBCUs, those kind of thing. So those 5 particular peer-reviewed and very renowned websites for statistics. So that's where I went to get my statistics. Now, they were supposed to come up and we were supposed to have a discussion about the statistics because I don't know, I don't know what statistics would be different from these. And I don't think I've stated anything way beyond. Oh yeah, the statistic for what is the someone asked me about the Tahilism. Did you ask me about this the other day? Statistic about uh the statistic. Hey Knight. Hey Knight.
Hello, how you doing, ma'am?
Fine. We're doing a statistical show. So whether our statistics across the board are correct for everybody, so we can be on the same page. Because sometimes I say poverty for women is 30%, and somebody might say no, it's higher than that, and I'm like, no, its statistic is X, Y, and Z. So we were just trying to get statistics correct, so we will be on the same page.
Okay.
All right. And that's what we were doing up here. So, sir, what could you add to the statistics? So I'm going to ask you a question. What percentage would you say that we have poor women in our black women that are under the poverty line? What would you say? What would be the percentage?
I don't know. I never even thought about it.
Mm, you
I
know,
don't think most men think about it. They just try to think about how they can be a addition in a situation with a lady.
Try to be an addition to the family and not be a headache to the family. Oh,
Yeah.
what about the statistic that I gave you that men make more money than women? Though they make more money than women.
What I want to say is this: is that even if they make more money than women, I think they want to add value to a woman. I don't
Right.
know if that's all men, but I don't want to drag a woman down. I want to be an addition to her situation.
Right. I'm saying it's an addition if everybody is optimizing their money and their resources, right? And usually of course, I see in the chat someone says, "Well, a woman has debt, credit card debt." I mean, I think we're all that way. Women just use it a lot. Why do you think women use credit card debt more than men? What is the big deal about credit card debt? What, no, let me ask you as a man, why is that a big deal if I'm handling my credit card debt?
Because if I come into your life, I want to help you. So if you have student loan debt or credit card debt, I want to get that out of the way so we can not let that be a burden for you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So the only reason it may be an issue is that, and hopefully you can appreciate the fact that I'm really trying to help you eliminate that thing so we can get to a comfortable place where that's not an issue for you anymore.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yes, because a lot of people have a lot of debt. I specifically had a lot of debt. I had a lot of debt, but I never, but he never took on that debt because I never really told him about that debt. It was my debt, and I handled it my way. So he never really said, "Okay, do you have a credit card debt? Do you have?" I never had any debt beyond the student loan. But he said, "You have student loan debt and X, Y, and Z," and I was like, "Yeah." And we never really talked about it, but I handled it, and beat it back myself. So he never really had a problem with that. So I mean, I understand.
Do you feel that a person really has an attachment to you when they don't know about that type of situation?
What do you mean? That you can be in a relationship and wouldn't know about the debt that the person has?
If I'm really connected to you, I want to really know about all aspects of you. And if I don't know that you dealing with that, do you feel that's a real connection?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes. You let a person, but see, there's certain things. See, here's the thing. It depends on the human being too. If I feel like the debt is mine, I probably wouldn't say anything to you about the debt, specifically if I'm handling that debt myself. You know what I'm saying? As long as there's nobody beating on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning and people garnishing my check, I wouldn't feel the need to say, "Hey, I got this big gigantic student loan." I probably wouldn't say anything because it would be my debt. I don't know. That would just be me.
But
Black
if
America.
I'm involved with a person and I want to know the whole person, that could be a problem for us because that
Yeah,
debt could be a problem for you. So and when I'm trying to understand you, I would want to understand the whole situation that's going on with you because you're sitting up somewhere probably frustrated dealing with it. And if I'm attached to you, how am I like being a real partner to you if I don't understand what you're going through?
that's true, and absolutely, and it depends on the dynamic of your family. I get it. I totally do. I'm somewhat of a I'm different. Let me speak in terms of regular people. You are correct. You are correct in that every aspect, or are we saying every aspect should be put on the table? Well, every
Yeah,
financial aspect should be put on the table. Yes, every
yeah,
financial aspect should be put on the table. That's if you're truly in a marriage where you want to be a help to your mate and you want to move forward beyond that debt. Yes, everything should be on the table. I agree with that. I do. I do. Black America?
what's going on with you, Black America?
Good afternoon, all. How is everybody?
Oh, hello, hello. It's Statistics Day. What's happening?
It's statistics day, man. I've been busy. I'm on my way back to California right now. It's been real bad out here.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had to. One of my people, he just ran long. I had to talk him off the edge. So,
Mm,
but I'm happy that he didn't do nothing to nobody or himself. So I love it.
absolutely.
So I'm hearing you talk about the debt and HQ. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that you're handling the debt. It is the fact is everything that I alleviate off you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm making it a way to make your debt more manageable.
Right.
You see what I mean? If
Mm.
if if I huh?
I said, yeah.
Yeah, so and you say he asked about your student loan debt. Yeah, because
Yes.
I mean it matters to us, but we don't care, right? Like, okay, you got student loan debt. Okay. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's not a big deal, for me,
Right.
right? So I understand completely, but every $100 or $1,000 I put into the house and into you, that
Mm-hmm.
that is if you're a woman that works, that's freeing up your money to go pay for the little shit that we don't never see anyway. So that's
Right.
why it does your debt. It matters though if we're getting married and you
Mm-hmm.
got a bunch of student loan debt and a bunch of credit card debt, shit like that, and then we get divorced or we separate,
Mm-hmm.
then that's a marital asset, and that's
So
something
okay.
that then
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Keep
when
going.
no, and
No,
that's something that the man will have to pay for. That's
right.
something that the man will actually have to pay for in
Mm-hmm.
case of if something happens.
So if you get into the marriage, when do you think somebody should? Do you think it should be revealed before? Do you think it's a deal breaker? That's what my question. Is it a deal breaker if it's just normal everyday debt? Okay, I went to school, I went to college, and I owe, I don't know, $14,000 in school debt. Is that a deal breaker?
It's not a deal breaker for a man. Once again, HQ, you know what I say. I say men want to be vagina adjacent. So no man, $14,000. Men don't give a shit about that type of money, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go to work. Shit is still gonna get paid. $14,000 is basically like buying a new car. Okay, well let's. The problem is the way in which it's handled. Are we going to get this shit? Well, I'm paying all of this. Are you paying off what you're supposed to be paying? And that's
Okay.
why I say we never see your money. We, as men, most part, we don't care what you do. We don't care what you do with your money. You know, you, not other
Right.
women. You say
Mm-hmm.
you put your money into the house. Okay,
Right.
fine and dandy. But I don't see it because you.
You went out.
Yeah, his microphone went out. Explain vagina adjacent. I would like to understand what vagina adjacent means.
That's
What
something
is
that
vagina
only
adjacent?
Black Americans say that. Only Black Americans say that. Vagina adjacent. You want to be next to vagina. You want to be next to a woman. Basically, that's what he's saying. You want to be next to a woman all the time. So vagina adjacent, next to a woman. You got it?
I want him to explain it when he get his microphone together. That's
So,
crazy. I have never heard vagina adjacent in my life.
hey, he's the only one who say it. So here's my question. Here's my question. So all the assets should be on the table when people get married. We should see all the assets. We should see all the debt. We should see everything, right? So you
but
make a plan.
$14,000. If you say that ain't that much money, really.
Well, I just threw out a random number. I don't know. So when I thought that, so why is it that people lose their marriages because of debt? I mean, you know what I'm saying? People say marriages are over because of money. Why is that? I don't understand. If everything is on the table, if money is on the
I don't think that's men that's leaving because of that money. Is that men that's leaving because of the money?
Right.
No, I'm just saying
it's not men.
I mean, I'm saying some of the statistics say people leave because of money problems. I'm saying what money problems if everything?
I do understand that, but is that typically men that's leaving because of money problem?
Oh no, I didn't go into it deeper like that. I just saw it said marriage is one of the number one reasons.
Because $14,000, $20,000 worth of student loan debt is no reason for me to leave my woman. So I don't think that's
not at all. Right. Yeah, and once again we don't money like that. That's not the focus or the goal of any man, especially when it comes to a woman. We don't give a shit about money. Why do you think men go pay for coochie? Men will pay for coochie. I see.
Wait a minute, hold on.
I live in Vegas.
Before you go out, Black America, before you go out, Knight wants to know what vagina adjacent mean. You explain it.
That means vagina adjacent is we want to be by or be able to rub or call upon or have in our vicinity a vagina. Because it's all yes, we like to hunt, but I want to kill a fucking squirrel. I don't want to go have to hunt a lion to eat. Like I want something that's easy. I want some easy, fresh game, something, a rabbit, something that's quick. I don't want to have to take no broad to the bar and get her all sauced up. I want some vagina close. I want the vagina to be pretty close and next to me, or it's just a phone call away.
Right.
So that's vagina adjacent.
So Black America, you a bad looking guy?
No.
Uh-oh.
No, why you ask that question?
Because I never had a problem with having no vagina near me, even when I was broke and starving out in the street. So I'm trying to understand what's going on with Black America, where he think you got to do this extra stuff to get some vagina adjacent to you.
I don't think he said that. He said he doesn't want to have to do. He don't want to have to chase it down. He wants it. Most people don't want to have to chase it down. Most people will get married so they can be vagina adjacent. Most people get a girlfriend or whatever so they can be vagina adjacent. That's all he's saying. He's not saying, that he has a problem with it. He don't have no problem at all getting women. The point is he wants to men always want to be vagina adjacent. That's what he's saying.
Shout out to the shout outs, Black America. But yeah, it's women everywhere. And they're giving and they want to please and all that other stuff. So it's kind of confusing when you say men want to be vagina adjacent when it's everywhere. We 46 million people, and women, what is 40 is 23 million women, and they're more enrolled in school, they're more educated, they got more money and everything else. So they're looking for you. They're not out here trying to hide away from you, my brother.
No, that's another thing that's another statistic that we ran across, right? Another statistic that I ran across. Women, marriage rate, health rate. Let me see. Da 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 da. I had them correlate everything, but this was a big list right here. We are, us black women, we are more enrolled. We are more enrolled, and we are not the most educated women on the planet. The Asian women, and then the white women, and then the Asian women, or either the white women and the black women. We're in the top three or top two.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now, HQ?
No, yeah, we can hear you now. We can hear you now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I fell off. It was a call came through.
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Now, what you say, brother, about some looks or something? That's the last thing I heard, and then the phone went kind of crazy on me.
What I'm saying is, in America right now, the white man is not the top of the leaderboard. It's the Asian man. The Asian man is one, and it's all behind finances. But when it comes down to the black women is looking for you. Black America. Do you know that? Do you know that these black women is out here looking for a black man?
Yeah, I told HQ once again. I live in Vegas. As soon as they get off the plane in Vegas, they take their panties off. As soon as they get off the plane, I know what happens and goes down. I'm a biker. I can get laid in every city of the great United States of America. That's not a problem.
Well, then I gracefully bow out. You understand the game then. I mean, if you a biker and you say sister's panties is already off when you come and it is what it is. I thought you were saying something different. I dig what you putting down.
Oh yeah. You don't have a problem with the women. You don't have a problem with the women. So what statistic? What statistic were you trying to fight? What statistic were you trying to fight over, Black America? Remember you said we had a statistic.
Hey, go ahead. I know you've been touting all week, young lady, that you have been looking up statistics. Go ahead, and we're gonna try and hash them out and get to where we can be. And I know we're gonna be on different sides of the fence about some things,
okay,
but we can see exactly what you're talking about. So let's start wherever you want to start.
So I'm just gonna read the ones that I ran into, right? With the population, our black population is 13.7%. 13.7. Okay. And we have 13% black people are 13.7% here. Unemployment rate 7.2. Black people 7.2. Okay. Wow. Education, 36% of us age 25 plus have a higher degree, associates or higher. 36% of us. It might be higher right now because that's 2023. Black household income, $54,000. $54,000. These are just the heads of these statistics, right? Right.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so let's stop right there for a second. Is that for a single person, a household of a single person, or of a couple?
Well, it's a median household income for black. It could be a single couple, or it could be a median. Let me see.
And it's most likely a single person. So that's why I like to say to all you beautiful black people, if y'all want to make a game changer, this is what you do. Because what my understanding is that the majority of us are right above the poverty line. If you want to be above that, the solution is get married.
Is this median household income?
Because these people that's right above the poverty line are single people. Right. But if you value a family and you value community, go find you a beautiful woman, go find you a beautiful man and get married so we can get out of that. See, the thing about them people that's back right out of slavery and segregation, they was married. They believed in community. They believed in family. Even if Junior didn't look like daddy, even if Papa was a Rolling Stone, he had a family on the other side of town, and Mama had a son that looked like her. They stayed married. The fact that you don't value marriage is a problem.
I agree with that. But the problem, brother, is the fact that our women, and it seems like it's something that happens in just our community, right? You know, me and HQ go back and forth about it. Our women no longer see the actual benefits of marriage. And so one of the stats I heard her talking about yesterday, I didn't, it was either yesterday or the day before. I think she was talking with Ty about it, was the fact of the welfare, right? And I I had read a study that welfare actually compensates the poor people about it actually comes out to about $73,000 to $75,000 a year. So if you have a man, if you got Section 8, food stamps, welfare, SNAP, and all of these other
But
things.
you can't get
So
all of
you
those
have,
things at once. You can't
yeah,
get all those
you,
things at
you,
once.
you, HQ, I got a sister with 10 kids, HQ.
Kids, a whole bunch of kids, though. Of course, well, they can't get
She
that.
had, she, exactly. So you don't seem to think that the majority
Yeah, but what is your
of, and I'm not,
what's your question?
my,
I mean,
my thing, the thing is the majority of our women have kids, and that allows them to get these things, HQ.
the
That
majority of us
allows
women don't have kids.
the majority of the women, and black women, absolutely have.
This is a statistician show. So let's find out what that number of women that had them kids and what they do, because the most powerful thing you can do as a community is have pride in yourself and your identity. So if she has 10 kids, and let's say she have 7 boys and 3 girls. If them men can appreciate their identity and have self-esteem, the community is uplifted. But what tends to happen is we have all these kids that don't have no sense of identity or pride in themselves, and they look for things outside of themselves, and that's why the community is doing bad.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if the majority of women is not teaching these people to have racial pride and a love of themselves, that's where we get here. That's how we get here.
Okay, so Hispanic
but it
women.
doesn't have anything to do with race.
Let me give you the percent. The percent is Hispanic women. 61% of them have the most. They have the most children out of all the races. 6 Hispanic women, then black women, then white women, then Asian women. 62% for Hispanic. 60% for black. 53% for white, and 48% for Asian. So that's how it comes out. We're second, right? In the most kids.
Second place, and then that second place has a victim mindset.
Right. So the majority of our women have kids. And
okay. But then that depends. No, hold on. That depends on the age group too. It don't depend on just we overall. This is 40%. This is the over 40. This is an over 40 statistic. That 61%. So over 40. Just like black men over 40 is more than 60. But no, I think there's more. There's more. How many? Okay. So
no, that and that's the stat that you. That's the stat you had wrong. That's probably why Medium made.
No. It says black women. Black women and Hispanic women have the most children overall over the age of 40, and that's the 60. That's the 61 and the 60% that I gave. 62 and 60% I gave you. So if we don't compare,
you're reading it wrong.
I'm not reading it wrong. Because I just typed it in.
I promise you that you are reading it. Okay, so do this.
Percentage of black women who have children. Percentage of black women who have children. Okay.
But, and that's not over 40 HQ. That's overall.
I'm saying
No,
overall.
the age group that's having these children.
Yes.
Because when I'm
Overall, black women between the ages of 15 and 50 is only 60%. That's what I
Yes, so
said.
that is the majority of black women.
Yes, the
That's
majority
the
of black
majority. That's what I said.
Let me
I
look.
said the majority of black women have kids.
Okay. What is
but Black America, do you understand what the problem is though? Even let's stick with that group of women. Do you understand what the problem is though?
What do you mean by the problem about them having children out of wedlock or just having
No. About them raising them young men to have racial pride.
It doesn't have anything to do with racial to me.
It does. It really does.
I wouldn't.
so?
Race has nothing to race has nothing to do with how us men grow and move in the earth.
So here's the thing.
It doesn't have anything to do with it.
Here's the thing. Amish people have racial pride. Small hats, I don't want to say their J name, have racial pride. Asians have racial pride. They look at themselves as Asians, and right now in America, Asians dominate, and they don't vote. They're not looking for politicians. They just have racial pride, and racial pride is what has them above this white man.
It doesn't have anything to do with them being racial. It has something to do with them being in cohabitating and being together and being married. Asians are also the highest have the highest percentage of marriage. It doesn't have anything to do with their race. When in the 50s and 60s, black people were married at the highest rate in the country. Black people were doing well in the 50s.
And they had racial pride. Asian people don't look at themselves as white people, but white people try to absorb Asians and say that they're white.
That's 100% not true. I don't know. Are you a Gen Xer too, like me and HQ?
Yeah.
Okay, so as growing up and me watching Voltron and G.I. Joe and all of these stuff, all of these animes, Inuyasha, all of these Japanese and Chinese animes, they all made them look like white people. Chinese, Asian people, they all idolize white people, bro. They love Bruce Lee. My favorite action character of all time. He came over here to America and married a white broad. Like Asian people love fucking white people, bro.
No, I understand they want to be Eurasian and all that other stuff, but let me ask you this: is America for sale right now?
America.
I'm not understanding that. What does that mean?
Is America for sale right now?
No.
It is. It is. And you know who bought it?
Israel?
China.
Are you talking about
China?
Are you talking about the Asians buying everything else?
China has bought America. China owns the majority of America right now.
Well, yeah, because we're in debt to this.
Hey, Black America. And you know what's crazy? The name that China bought America under is Black America. Blackwater bought America. That's China.
Okay. I don't know.
That kind of sounds like conspiracy. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
No, 2008. When we wait. In 2008, before 2008, the thing that people had was predatory loans. People bought houses they couldn't afford, and then the people that came in and bought it went by the name of Blackwater, and that's China. And then in 2018 or 19, it happened again. So the city you live in, The majority of that city that's gentrified is bought by a group of people, and they Chinese.
Gentrified how? How are you saying that the city is gentrified?
If you got some Lululemon and some Trader Joe's and some Whole Foods,
Mm-hmm.
and it's women running around in spandex with little poodles, believe me, your city's been bought up.
Have you ever been to Vegas?
Yes.
So have you ever been to the side of Vegas, the black side of town in Las Vegas?
The ghetto of Vegas, yeah.
Did you even see a grocery store?
No.
Yes. So what I'm telling you is, and you know what happened when the Chinese people did buy property in West Las Vegas, historic West Side where the black people are? You know what happened to them?
Tell me what happened.
Bro, they get shut down. When they bought a big casino on the strip and built the casino up, 4 months later, they were shut. The Red Dragon, it was shut down. Chinese people, I don't, and that's why I say I don't know exactly what you're talking about, because Chinese people have no hold here in our city, and it might just be our city, right? It might just be Vegas, but just like you said it yourself. You didn't even see a grocery store over on the west in West Las Vegas. It's nothing. It's nothing but blacks and Mexicans. Now, when the Mexicans do move in, I don't call that gentrification, because the men and the women that live over there, they do better and move up in life, and they move to the better sides of town. So they sell the houses to the Latinos and the Mexicans as the older people die off. And so that's not gentrifying. That's just saying, I don't want to be over here where the property value is bad, where the schools are bad anymore. I want to be where it's a Walmart that I can drive to in 4 or 5 minutes. I want to be where the schools are better, where they're getting money and stuff like that. So let's get back to the stats. I just don't agree. Maybe where you're from, you agree with it.
I'm asking about this stat. You asked about the poor single mother, which is 31%. 31% is the rate, black poverty rate for single mothers. That's is 31% are under the poverty level, which is $33,000. Yeah, $33,000. When it's two people, $33,000. Two kids and a mother, $33,000. That means if she makes less than that 33, she's in poverty. We only got 30% of our black people that make under 33,000. Black single mothers.
Right. So that's a third. Yes, a third of black people. Yes.
And that's a minority. And what would change that automatically is if you mess with one of these men that's right on the poverty line. So the men that's on the poverty line make about 50,000.
Right.
She got 33 with his 50 something. Now she at 80,000. And all she got to do is be accommodating and be able to acquiesce to this man that got 50,000, but she want a man that got 100,000.
Well, I mean, I get it.
I agree with you there, brother. I agree with you there.
100,000, and that man with 100,000 ain't going. So she got to be if she want to be honest with herself, accept that man with 50, 60, 70,000.
80,000 that's not a bad amount of money for a family of four.
HQ is too much. It's too much, HQ.
Too much.
I don't suggest any man who make over maybe about 65 to 70,000. I don't suggest them getting with a single mother and helping her raise her kids. I don't. If
Well,
that
I don't
kid is a
suggest
baby,
anybody who has kids get with any single person, but I'm saying if both of them are struggling, and 9 times out of 10,
but
that's usually what happens anyway. Is that a person
H,
finds a person?
HQ,
You know, yeah. You
HQ, the
are
men
wrong.
aren't the men aren't struggling. HQ,
The men are
Yeah.
struggling too.
No, respectfully,
the
they
men
really not struggling.
the men aren't struggling. HQ, you never hear men get on the internet talking about they're broke and it's so hard.
Okay.
The men aren't struggling. The men don't have a problem living within their means. You know why? Because we know how much we got. We know
Hmm.
how fat or tall or whatever we need.
All of that,
And we
but
live
I get
within
all
our
of that.
means. We're
But
not struggling.
you're the one who said men want to be vagina adjacent. So being vagina adjacent means you taking another person on. I'm not saying you got to take another person on. I'm saying if you
I
are,
didn't. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
I'm
wrong with that.
I'm
Taking
saying
another woman on. I'm
okay.
talking about taking another woman on with baggage.
9 times out of 10, they take women on with baggage. A lot of people do, depending on how old they are, depending on how old they are, how long they've been in the game, and whatever. Two people who make $100,000 together can live pretty well, regardless of
But,
whether they have a kid or not.
but the women aren't making 100,000. They probably making that 30 to 40,
That's what I'm saying. His
$50,000.
50 and your 30, 40. His 50. Y'all making together.
But
You
the
make
difference is me as an individual man, it's just me by myself and I'm cool. She's an individual woman that got babies by somebody else. So
right.
she coming in with babies and debt.
But see, we have to understand one thing. What percentage of these women are stuck in this poverty loop and they're going to stay in
I
this
think
poverty
you
loop?
said 33%. Was that the number you just said?
I'm saying women who are stuck in this loop that are going to stay in this loop. Okay, there's some people who get out and some people who don't. But how many of them get stuck in that loop?
I think you said 33%. 33%. I think that's what you just said.
Yeah, 31. It's 31%.
Yeah,
31%. That's
and
them.
they're all going to be stuck in that loop. They're not going to. It's no climbing out because as soon as they climb out, there's going to be another one that climb right into their spot.
Okay,
It hasn't changed in decades.
Yes, but we're making it seem. Yeah, but here's the thing: there's 31% that's gonna stay. What's the percentage of men that are in that below the poverty line? What's that example like? I haven't looked that up.
Look that up. Look that
Well,
up.
until they hit
a much smaller number than 33%.
Right. And until they hit 35, maybe 30, 35, yes, they're going to be in that group. But as we get older, as men get older, we make more money. We don't stay secretaries in cubicles like women do, HQ. That's not how men grow. As we get older, our money grows, our job grows. Compensation is built by confidence, and the confidence that people have in you to do your job, you get compensated for. That's how men grow. So men don't stay in a group like that.
So single men, their overall percentage is 22% of black men live below the poverty line. 22%.
So it's a much smaller number.
Yeah,
that's because
and I bet you they're
single.
young men. I bet you they're young men too.
Is this single overall poverty 31%? Okay, yeah, 30%. Okay. So I wonder why that's the same. I wonder why black women who are single and black women who have children are the same percentage, it says. Similar percentage. Okay. 31%.
Because they're broke, HQ.
Mm.
They're two singular groups, but they're broke and they add up to 60% in total.
Mm.
So it's not what you think it is. It's two singular groups. It's like if you're doing it's like my number one, right? My number one is I told
Yeah,
you
but this
she's
percentage is
in
only
the
this
medical field,
percentage is
right?
only like the percentage between the man and the woman is only like 8%. So that 8%, you still broke. That percentage in between them is still broke. It still mean you're on the broke end of the scale.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So we're gonna mine this out right now. Mr. Knight, can I ask you a couple of questions, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you
Like,
have a car?
No.
You don't have a car. Have you ever
No.
had a car, or are you just somebody that doesn't drive?
Yeah, I had a
No.
car back when I
Okay.
had my family with me. Yeah.
Okay. So was that car paid for?
Completely paid off. Yes.
Yes. All right. When you were, let's say, 18, did you make as much as you did when you were 30?
No.
When you were 30, did you make as much as you did when you were 42?
I made more money as I got older.
And
yeah.
that's what I'm trying to explain to you, HQ. There
So
are going to be men from 18 to about 32 that is going to be in that category. As men get older, we get paid more. We don't stay in the
mhm.
poverty line for long. We always advance the older we get. That's why they say men have to build and climb to the mountaintop. Women peak off at a
Oh, okay.
certain spot.
I didn't look up the age. I didn't look up the age. I didn't look at the age at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
By the time I got into my 30s, I had a vehicle. I was a property owner and all of that.
okay, yeah. See, that's the thing. If these statistics were broke down by age, it might be different because older women, we 9 times out of 10 between certain ages, we not in the poverty line. We're not in that poverty mindset or have that poverty of being right above the poverty line. We make more money than that. So it depends on the. I guess it may depend on the age of these people too, because women tend to make more money as they grow older. If they're gotta because they don't have any kids anymore. They don't have any young kids at home. Their kids do X, Y, and Z. I can go out and get the money
That's
quicker.
100% not true.
Right.
That's
Oh yeah,
100%
definitely
not
true. If I have two teenagers and I don't have to worry about babysitting, I don't have to worry about paying for this, that, and the third. Of course, I'm gonna make more money. Of course,
That's a minority of women now.
No, that's not a minority of women. That's just logic. If I don't have nobody to watch,
Are you saying that the majority of women, are you saying that the majority of women after the age of 30 are financially well off?
I'm saying you make more money when you don't have kids to watch.
Right. So I'm saying after the age of 30, are you saying that women of color are more financially well off after the age of 30?
After they get rid of the kids, yes. Oh, definitely after the kids.
It's a minority of women that got money. Black people
We're
is
not
broke.
talking about.
People are broke. Black people are broke. And the majority of women, the majority of black women after the age of 30 are not financially set.
I didn't say financially set, did I? I didn't. Men are not financially set either. We're all on the same track. Men are no better than women in their 30s, okay? So let's stop. I'm talking about people in their 30s and their 40s when they get rid of kids. Their income goes up as the kids are not at home.
Well, you know,
I'm saying that.
So let's hear the stats.
You make more money because they don't have to worry about kids. They don't have to worry about kids. They don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z.
This is a stat show. So who are more well off after the age of 40, after their kids is starting to reach adult age? Are women more well off after the age of 30 financially?
After 30 and men after 30. See, these are nuanced questions. Okay. Between the between the ages of median income, ages 30 to 34, they make median income is 50,000. That's median income. 50,000. 42,000 for women. 35-year-old men make 60,000 median. Women make 50,000 median. 45 to 54 men make 66 median. Women make 53 median. 55 to 64. Men make
You
65.
see how it keeps
Women
going?
make
You see how the
51.
gap keeps going?
Yes, it's a gap. It's a gap of
About
I'd say
$10,000, a $10,000 gap.
No,
10,000.
no.
Yeah,
It goes up, and then as women age, the gap goes up again, and it goes back down for women because
30.
women after 50 don't work. They don't work
Right,
like men do. Men work
right.
damn near to the day they die.
No, men's income at 60 above 65 is the same as it is during your 30s. It says it's the same. It's about 50. It's 50 for men in their 30s, 52 for men in their 60s. And women is
Because they're
42, 42.
retired.
Yeah. So for women,
Because,
it's the same
because
thing.
because they're
It's
retired.
about a
HQ.
$10,000 gap.
I'm saying it's about it's about $10,000 gap. So it's like it's 40 and 30.
So the solution is get together. You got 40, I got 50. Now we got $90,000 together. The solution has always been family first. Let's get together. And that's always been the answer way back in the 50s, 60s is family first. Get together. But what people tend to do is I make 40,000, you only make 10,000 more than me. I'm gonna stay by myself. That's stupid.
Right. Right. I mean, hey, it is what it is. The whole point is the options that people have. If you think you got a lot of options, which most people have plenty of options, they got plenty of options not even to get married. They do what they want to with their money.
When you just said those numbers, that's the majority of people. The people that's outside of the majority is a minority. So that nigga that's making 100,000, 200,000, he got a bunch of women. He's never gonna choose you. But me, the average man that got 10,000 more than you, I might choose you. If you want to be honest with yourself, take the nigga that got the 10,000 more than you, and let's go ahead and live a life.
Right. Right.
But
I mean,
they're not looking to live life, though. They're looking to live a lifestyle.
but it does say black men versus black women. Early 20s, black women sometimes out earn black men if they're highly educated. And after 30, black men's median income is 38,000, slightly higher than women. Okay, slightly higher than
Because
women.
no matter your education level,
It says it depends on the education level. It depends on the education level, according to them. According to them, it depends.
No matter your education level,
okay,
a plumber is going to make more than a woman with a PhD.
Yeah, but if we put us side by side, and we're talking about a factory and a factory, she works in the factory, you work in the factory. If you put you can't say I'm a plumber and then I'm a school teacher. Obviously, you're probably gonna make more money than me. It just depends on.
So this is the problem, HQ. Women don't go into the same industries as men do. Right. You don't do it. You don't do the hard jobs, right, the life risking jobs that men do. And with those jobs come higher amounts of compensation.
Women on food stamps. Percentage of women on food stamps. What is it? Single mothers, about 75%. Ooh, okay. 30%, 32% of black women receive 32% of, what is it? 32% receive SNAP benefits. Okay. We are the largest SNAP participants by race. Highest among single mothers. Okay. There you go.
And as I say, when we talk about each other, we're typically talking about a minority.
That tracks with the poverty level, right?
You said what?
I say that tracks with the poverty level. Yeah. 31 and 32%. Yeah. It tracks with it. And that's what I'm saying. When if a woman is getting those benefits.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, some people don't. You gotta understand that they gotta work. So as long as they gotta work, they don't get as much food stamp. They're gonna drag those people off those food stamps. Period. Whether they on there now or not. But you still can get food stamps if you have children under the age of certain amount. No, not
It's
18.
under the age of 18.
14. You can still get food stamps if they're under the age of
Yes.
14, something like that. It's the new
That's
requirements
for
now.
Medicare and Medicaid. Yeah, that's the Medicaid and Medicare thing. I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about for actual food stamps. You still get them until the children are 18 because
yeah.
they're
But that's
still
why.
a dependent.
Yeah, that's why I said to you all, I said the big beautiful bill, the big beautiful bill is not gonna touch the people that are on food stamp. It is not gonna touch these people down here who got kids. It's just not. It was signed because most people when people say the big beautiful bill or the food stamp bill and they think about food stamp, they think about Bum Keisha. But Bum Keisha is not going to be affected by the food stamp. It's going to be all the other people
HQ.
who get food
I,
stamps.
I
It's going to
want
be,
I want
yeah. You went out.
these women are. Can
You went out
you hear
again.
me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Damn.
What
Okay.
happened?
I pose to you, these women are about to turn
Oof. Yo is woof. You said what?
It's bad. Do I need to go back out and come in?
Yeah, you got to come back and come again because you.
Yeah. You got to come back to the next generation.
Yeah. So I mean, that was my conversation. My conversation was for people was when they signed the big beautiful bill, and that was a part of the issue too. Having the Medicaid, people think Medicaid goes to Bum Keisha, and then let's kick them off Medicaid. Let's kick them off the insurance. Let's kick them off that. You're not kicking off Bum Keisha because Bum Keisha is going to continue to get the Medicaid and she's going to continue to get the food stamps. All of those cuts are going to the disabled and the elderly, and all of those, that's going to be them being cut off for food stamps and public aid and all that stuff. They're the ones that are going to suffer. Okay, it's not going to be Bum Keisha because Bum Keisha still got kids, so they're not going to kick her off of the food stamp, and they're not going to kick her off of the Medicaid, which was what spurred us having this conversation about food stamp. She's just not. And everybody's like, well, we want, because every time you talk to someone, the first thing they say is, we got to kick them bums off food stamps and Medicaid. And I keep telling them it has nothing to do with bums and Bum Keisha. It has to do with the elderly and the handicapped. Those are the ones that are going to be kicked off. It ain't going to be Bum Keisha. You there, Knight?
Yeah, I'm here.
And it is going to have to do with the elderly and the disabled. It's not going to affect you call her Bum Keisha. Not going to affect her at all.
Yeah, say that again. Can you say that again so they understand what you said? Because you kind of went different.
It's going to affect the elderly, the disabled, but it's not going to affect Bum Keisha at all.
Food stamps and Medicaid, right?
Yes, it's not going to affect them at all.
But that's what people say.
How is it going to affect the elderly? How is it going to affect the elderly?
How?
Because listen, the younger one with the 7 children and people like my guy, what's his name? Jay Prince. Jay Prince gonna keep getting his benefits. Because he got like 3 kids and all of that. It's gonna affect people that got a little bit of success in life. And the elderly and the disabled, that's the people that's going to be hurt because it was directed towards them. So those are the people that's going to be affected the most.
They're going to get broke off real bad.
Yes.
Real bad. So
because I would like to see what happens in the future. None of us know right now. It's just like I went out to eat the other day, and so I asked the young lady about, are they taxed in the tips and stuff like that? Because, everybody, no tax on tips. But here in Vegas, we're still getting taxed for tips. Our people are still getting taxed for tips.
Because
they're still getting taxed on overtime.
The only thing it does it has nothing to do with day-to-day life, that tax on tips. What it has to do with is when you file your taxes and they get to doing all the calculations, in the middle of that paperwork on line 47, it says, what is your tax rate? Are you going to get taxed at this or are you going to get taxed at that? And then this tax that they did, that's what they're talking about right there on that line. Oh, you're going to be not taxed up to 25,000. And seeing as how you don't get no tips, it's not going to affect you because you don't get tips. So it really has nothing to do with all the rest of us. It has to do with people who get tips. Okay?
Okay. So if you've ever came to Vegas and didn't tip the bellman or your waiters, you're a bum. Let, let,
Yes.
let's 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 stop this. When you
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
IHOP and you don't
yeah,
tip the goddamn waitress, you
yes,
are a bum. So
yes,
Yes.
those people,
Yes.
it does affect them, and those are it's a lot of jobs that
right,
do those things. So
right.
that's what I'm saying. That's a lot of fucking people.
No, yeah,
Right.
but
And those
That's a
people are
lot of
grown.
people.
they're not getting any money back. They're going to say, are you making, the tax form says, do you make over 25,000 or do you make less than 25,000? If you make more than 25,000, then they're not going to tax what's over the 25,000. And it's just a matter of calculating on the line. It's no money back into your pocket. Just like an adult, when you bought a house, it said married with children, they charge you, they say your tax rate would be up to $6,500 or something like that. I can't recall what, you understand what I'm saying? It's $6,500 if you look at your tax. Okay, wait a minute, let me look at this damn tax form, because now y'all gonna make me look it up, because I know exactly what they talking about. It doesn't do us any good. It does nobody any good. It just sound good. Tax form.
The solution for black people that's right above the poverty line is getting married. You got 50,000, she got 30 or 40,000. Now y'all in a position to make some actual moves. This is how you save her.
I got a
Teach
question.
her how
How
to
do
live.
you make
Teach
the
her
women
how to
marry?
live.
How do you
One
make them
second,
marry?
brother. 1 second, brother. Teach her how to live below her means. Stop
You
spending
can't
every
teach
dollar.
no human being how to do that now. Come on.
Yes, you can. We're not gonna go on
You
vacation.
heard you just you
We're
just
not
you
finna.
just you
We're
just
not
heard
finna
Ace
go
Q.
there.
You
We're
just
not
heard Ace
finna go
Q.
to dinner every 2 weeks.
There you
You
go,
just
right
heard
here,
Ace Q.
right here. Black America, right here. When you go online, when you go on tax form 1040, it's gonna say income. It's a line. What line is it? It's line 12 on your tax 12, line 12, and it gives you single married with household. Your tax is 1460, 14.6 standard deduction of itemized deductions. That's the only place that 25,000 is going to be. It's just going to be a line on your taxes that says if you make X, Y, and Z above the 25,000 or below. I can't think either one, below or above the 25,000 they're talking about. Then you get taxed at you only get taxed up to X, Y, and Z. It has nothing to do with getting any money back, because you don't get no money back like that. This is just a standard deduction. That's all it is. It's a standard deduction, and it might help you a little bit, but it don't mean it ain't helping you no money. Ain't no money coming back to you.
And that's why I say that the solution is this. She probably make between 30 to 50. You probably make between 50 to 80. And if y'all come together and y'all pool y'all resources, y'all out of poverty.
Okay, so I got a question for you tonight. How do you get the women to marry the men? Like how do you get the regular women to marry the regular men, like you were just stating? How do you do that when you have a woman? HQ just said plainly and clearly that, and not saying that you're going to dim her light, but you're going to have to work within these confines for us to be a couple. How do you do that, sir?
You let these people understand that the thing that they believe in is a delusion. And the reality is what HQ just said. The reality is that you a money fuck up. even if you're more educated, even if you make more money, the biggest threat to you, the young lady, is you.
But you got to convince them. You cannot. Here's the thing. I came to realization because I was watching a video from Anton Daniels, and he was saying something regarding these women are not marriageable. And I said, and then I was doing my videos about why black women and white women don't get married. And you know why they said they didn't want to get married? They said they don't want to get married. They don't need to get married. Why? Because shit, it just went on my head. They don't need to get married because they have other options. When they were young, their parents and their grandparents got married because there was no other options. You couldn't get a bank account, couldn't own a house, couldn't buy a car, you couldn't do any of those things. Women are more freer now than they ever have been. Why would they choose to be stuck in an institution in which men don't give a damn about them? According to Black America, why the hell would I come over there? There's no advantage to a woman getting married. According to the women, from what I heard on TikTok, I done went through hundreds of videos. There's no advantage to going over there and getting married if the men don't want to change in any way, shape, or form. The women ain't gonna change because they have these other options. I can travel the world. I ain't got to.
What are their options, HQ?
Other marriage,
that's you. That's you that can listen. You're different. You was married for 33 years, so yes, you can kind of do what you want to do, HQ. These other women your age, these bitches are broke. They don't got no money.
But I'm saying I'm talking about the younger women. The younger women are saying they don't need to get married. They're saying we don't need to get married. The older women come out and tell them horrific stories, some crazy stories. Now they beginning to hear those stories. They already didn't want to get married. They already didn't want to deal with whatever. You keep hearing the Black America is slavery. It sounds like a servant. It sounds like you want to sign me up to do this. They're hearing those things and they're saying, I don't want to get married. Why the hell should I get married? They have other options, and those other options are not other options of men. It's other options of other things to do. They don't have to get married. So I'm just saying the women are saying they don't have to get married. And it's true. They don't have to get married.
Thank you. I'm just saying thank you because the 90s keeps hollering this men and women get married. I would love to see it too. So
I don't know how you convince
they don't have to marry men because they get everything that they want and most of the stuff and they get everything that they need and most of the stuff they want without having to have any accountability to anybody. So there's no need for them to get married.
No.
And so what happens is
gotta convince get married.
What happens is they lay in the shower with that warm water hit them and in a fetal position crying because they lonely than a motherfucker. They can have a rose, they can have a rabbit, they can have a rose, they can have a rabbit, they can have all that shit and be lonely than a bitch.
But that's a small portion, Knight.
But like only a minority of women is successful. So when Black Americans sit up here and make it seem like the majority of women is financially set,
no, we're not talking about finances. We're talking about regular, ordinary women. It's a small subset that are way hella unhappy. No one's saying, I'm not saying that they won't.
Wait, so you think it's a minority of women that said?
Yeah, just like it's a minority of men.
I'm not happy than a motherfucker. And I know for a fact that the majority of women is sad as fuck.
No.
Because they're never gonna find that nigga, no matter how much money they have, no matter how much financial stability they have. Everybody that I'm walking around here with a 15-inch dick, ain't nobody walking around with an 8-pack, and these motherfuckers ain't physically fit. So, baby girl,
Night.
You unhappy for
get married. They don't have to get married, and they still can get the 9 to 10-inch dick. They can get.
And they're not happy though.
They are happy.
If they're so if they're happy, wait 1 second, Black America. If they happy, why we hear all these complaints?
What do you mean? You hear all these complaints. What complaints you hearing?
Tracy Ellis Ross is upset.
She ain't complaining.
Tia Mowry is upset. Tiffany is upset. Mary J. Blige is upset. Them some miserable old women
complaining that they can't find a decent partner. They're not complaining that they single. They complaining that they can't find.
Why are they complaining though, HQ?
They can't find a decent man in the group. They don't.
They missed the boat.
The whole point is that they don't have to get married. They're saying they don't have to get married. I'm not saying there's not a look. Everybody is subject to the fairy tale. Everybody is subject to the fairy tale. Let's get married, walk down the aisle in a white dress.
No. Happy niggas are invisible to y'all, and the majority of men is happy.
The majority of y'all ain't happy. It is in the majority, but it's a small portion of y'all, just like it's a small portion of women.
No, the majority of women are not happy, and
now
they both
tell me about what women think.
Listen, let's be honest. The majority of women have a loud megaphone screaming, "It ain't no niggas out here. That's what I want." But niggas ain't doing that. Niggas is going their own way.
Are you serious?
For damn sure, yeah.
Why do you think so? Women are the prize, and they can always get men. This is a fact.
Women are the prize.
Yes.
HQ, let me ask you a question. Do you see videos of men crying and boo-hooing about this man, this woman doing the, do you see all of this stuff on the internet? Because the internet, whether you guys like it or not, is real life now.
Hold on.
Black America does not exist.
I see women on the internet boo-hooing and crying because they got did wrong by a guy. I don't see them on the internet crying and boo-hooing.
Do you see men doing that?
No, I don't see men on there boo-hooing like that. I see women on there boo-hooing because they ran into an asshole and they don't like the asshole. I don't see women on here boo-hooing saying, "I can't find my husband." She can always find a man. Every woman can find a man. Stop it.
Right. So then once they find a man,
let's stop right there.
Find a man, they're crying about him.
Every woman can find a man.
HQ, let's stop right there.
It's a male loneliness epidemic. It's not a female loneliness epidemic.
Let's stop right there. Women don't want a man. They want a superhero. No, if it was only about having a man, it would be no argument. You wouldn't have a show right now if a woman was okay with having a man.
Did y'all ever ask a woman what she want? What a woman want? What does a woman want?
Let's ask you.
No. We got
HQ right here.
Y'all tell me what a woman think. What y'all think a woman wants?
No. I don't want to think for a woman. I want an actual woman.
I've asked
HQ right here in the building. HQ, do you want an average nigga?
An average person? I want an average person.
You want an average person? Mm-hmm. That's a full lie.
Now ask me what I want.
You just said he had to make $100,000.
Asking me what I want from this average.
$100,000.
If HQ, no, we're not gonna do this. If HQ is okay with an average dude, there would be no HQ. There would be no HQ show. She have a nigga on the side of her right now, hooking up next to her, and the show is over with. It's end. It would end.
You had to ask.
She do not want an average nigga. She do not.
Average human being. An average human being.
She does not want an average human being. She does not.
HQ, you yourself said you want somebody who is 6 foot tall or better, and he has to make over $100,000. HQ.
Yes.
That is not.
Remember what I told you? Why do women be in the inboxes of 6'9" men and 6'10" men? Remember what I said? I said that is biological. When you see somebody as biological,
I understand. I understand. But it's not an average man.
Yeah, but what I want
I
in my
understand.
head does not match what I run into when I visually see someone. Well,
HQ, how many men are over 6 foot?
what percentage?
Yes,
Not a high.
Yes.
yes, yes.
Yes.
It's
What
not a high.
percentage? Without looking on the computer, what
I'd say
percentage of men do you think?
I'd say maybe 8%.
Stop. No,
Over
it's not. No,
over
not
six.
even close. Over 6 foot.
Yeah,
No, it's not. And
I would.
that's what we're telling you. And that's what we're telling you.
Yeah,
Even
but,
eight
oh,
percent.
but how is it
Even
that
eight
men?
percent.
How is it that men under 6 feet get women?
Because women is willing to accept the ugly nigga. I'm 6'2", and I don't see that many niggas that's taller than me.
They
My, my, my,
because
my,
what
my
they
little brother,
say.
my little brother is a firefighter. Hold on. My little brother is a firefighter, and he is 5'5", 5'6",
Mhm,
but he makes $180,000 a year. HQ. That's how men get women.
mhm,
He makes $180,000 a year as a firefighter paramedic in the
mhm,
city of Las Vegas.
mhm,
And,
mhm.
and, and,
That's how
respect,
men. That's
and
that's how
respectfully,
men get women.
and respectfully, I don't even flirt with women, but I'm 6'2" with a 13-inch foot, and women touch me on my chest and go, "Oh, how you?" I don't even be trying to get at them.
Right.
I don't even flirt.
Yeah,
So I'm a minority of men, and I know it. Niggas is short, niggas is broke, and all of that other shit, and they still get women.
yeah,
Yeah,
because biology, because
it's like
biology is women.
it's like
Hold on.
1.5% of men are over 6 foot. Just
Yeah, but
to
see,
clarify that for you.
biology is different from what I say. I say I want 666, but biologically I get attracted to the people that I actually meet and run into, and those people are not 6 foot. Those people are not 666. That's why you have the difference between what I am asking for and what I actually get. Because this over here, what I get is biological. What I'm asking for over here is mental and logical, and
So HQ. So HQ, when a woman is tapping me on my chest talking about we could have some football players, we can have some athletes. I didn't say that. She said that. What is that about? I'm gonna have some football players with you. I'm gonna have some basketball players with you. What do they mean when they say that right there?
or maybe they want to go further than what they going. How am I supposed to know what that means? She touching you.
You're a woman. You're a woman. You're a woman.
You, I'm assuming maybe she's attracted to you.
No.
She's touching you.
HQ, if I met you in real life and you saw me and you said that to me, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't understand what you're saying?
I would just be trying to make a dick hard. But I mean, that's just me. Yeah. So
Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So let's get back to the stats,
just being
Miss
honest.
Dick Hard HQ. Let's get back. Let's get back to the stats.
So I'm saying, just for example, I'm saying what I get is biological. Over here is what I'm asking for. Sometimes they don't match up. That's how you get the difference. Okay. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So what's next stat? What's the next stat that we were arguing about? Black America. The next stat. Oh, what the hell was
So
it?
so so we went through the poverty,
Mhm.
and we went through the food stamps, and we
Oh,
went
did
through
you get that
also the
survey?
children.
Did you ever find that
Oh,
survey? Because I couldn't find the survey that said that men were the most involved father. I couldn't find that. Does anybody know how to find that?
um, it actually was a study, and some women at UCLA college did it.
I
And
could not find the information on that. I wanted to see the real stat.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure if you typed it in, it'll come right up. UCLA study on black fathers.
Regarding men as the most involved. Okay. See, I did that, but it wouldn't give me, it would, you know how it tells you, okay. That's what it was. Okay, American Dads are more involved than ever. American Dads by Wendy Wang. But see, I could have sworn this happened before that.
No, that's an editorial. So the actual study was conducted by two black women over at UCLA. So that's more of a snippet, like an editorial or overall. I don't know what that one actually says, but I know the study was two black doctors or whatever, doctorate people over at UCLA, black women.
And this is the only thing I knew it was something that was weird because this is a 2023 study at the end of 2023, and that can't be right. So I was like, no, that can't be correct. It's got to be something different than that. Okay,
That might be close. What does it say?
Black men are the most fathered. Oh, where you get that from? Wait a minute. That's wait a minute. The guy black men
are the most involved fathers.
Okay.
Other celebrities have also came out and said the same thing.
Black men are in their children's lives more than any other men and spend more time with their children than any other man. Right? That's a known fact. Right? There are many great black fathers, and the problem is that black fatherhood is not heralded at all. Black fatherhood is known as like an enemy. That's the baby daddy. Shout out to Kendrick. He made that beautiful song, Daddy Issues, right? Men don't know how to become men, right? Because they never had a father in their household that taught them how to deal with those emotions. Wait a minute, son. This is how you go through this process. You look at your father, and this is the mountain that you must climb. You're supposed to grow your son, not to be like you, but to be better than you. That's the journey of a good father.
3 things you need to know about dating a single father. So, number 1, kids always come first. He will not make you his priority. He will love you. He will respect you if he's a good man. But the kids come first. If you're okay with that, we got something good.
My dad was never not present. Ever.
Same.
So when I talk about hyper independence, my dad did it as a way of saying, I want to ensure that my daughter is stable, but he was teaching me that as a trauma response to his previous experience.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And you
like
like
that
from your dad.
Right.
Fathers do that. Because my daddy definitely taught me. That's what I wanted to say. You know, everybody like mothers. No, why you feel that way. My father taught me a lot.
Keita, black men actually enable the very thing that they hate.
Woo!
Because it's the truth. It's the honest to God truth. Now I'll go into detail with that, but we can talk about that later. I'm going to answer your question. What can we do to combat it? You don't have to assume a man is intimidated by you. Ain't nobody intimidated by your money. They intimidated by the attitude that comes with it.
I literally just
you
said
don't
that.
You don't have a need for a man because you're not making place for him in your life. Money ain't got nothing to do with the resources of a man, because other things are to be valued as far as provision. My dad had taught me that.
So you can't use stuff like that.
And forget mother.
Okay, thank you, Knight. The studies.
You can't use stuff like that because that is really like woman leaning. You know, like that. Ace Metaphor, his whole platform is for women and by women, and you know, he himself damn near a woman. So shit like that you can't use.
It said living. I typed in what is the percentage of black men who spend time with their children, and then tag that into any studies, papers, or statistics, right? And it said the lowest time in which black men live with their parents was 40. The lowest percentage was 47%, and that was in 2020. Since 1973. It says during a 2013 study, that must have been it. It must have been it. That black father. Okay, now I see where they got the most involved. It said they a 2013 CDC study found that 27% of black fathers took their children to or from activities every day, passing white and Hispanic age groups. This came from 2013 study. Okay, it's a CDC study. But that's 10 years ago, 10, 11 years ago. So
yeah, so that's wrong. And actually, Media Man did a video on that like a couple of weeks ago. So I wish I could go.
I'm blind to that channel, so I can't do it. I can't go over there.
I know. You had to get blocked because you be acting outrageous. You be going places, cutting up. You be cutting the food.
No, I don't.
You be cutting up.
I just challenged him on one of his statistics. That's all. And he blocked me before I could get an answer.
And it's
what?
This man is a statistician. He's a statistician.
Conversation.
Why would
they block us?
He said something, and I said, "How do we know?" Oh, I know what it was. It was that damn statistic that I got into it with Mr. Gavin and Mr. Walker about. I forgot that damn. It was a statistic, and I said that can't be true. Oh yeah, there it is. You said, wait a minute, that's the statistic we got to look up. You said only 54% of black men have kids. That's the study right there. I said
54% of men have never had kids. 54% of men are single and childless, have never had children.
What percentage of men?
The majority of men have never had children.
Have never. No, that's not what that means. Percentage of men have never had children. That's definitely not means. That's definitely not. And you know why I said it's not true? Because it says 40% of men. 40% of men have never had children. Black men without children. Black men
you're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it wrong, HQ.
I got it coagulated. Damn, I keep forgetting that number. What is it? I got it commingled. All my research things commingled this. It said the percentage of black men aged 15 to 49 who have never had a child, average 40, you might as well say 45%. 45%. White men, 47%. Hispanic men, 40%. Asian men, 53%. Percentage of black men ages 15 to 49 who have never had a child, 45%. That's it. Yes. So if you break that down, break this percentage. Yeah, okay. If you break this percentage down, okay, black men who have never, most teenagers haven't had a child, 15 to 19, 95 to 98%, 25, 75%. I mean, hold on. Black men who have.
No, that you're asking the question wrong. The question should be percentage of black men.
You really not asking black Americans. She really not asking the question wrong. The answer though is having educated black men who have a leadership mindset that can change our community completely. Because a woman just want to have fun and go on vacations and have brunches and lunches and do all of this shit and just spend money. If you are really a leadership type man, and the majority of us, she just showed us the statistics. If we did what we were supposed to do, we could change our community outputs completely.
Yeah, but you can't make a woman do
The
anything,
woman
sir.
should be almost
You
irrelevant. The fact that you keep bringing up the woman is crazy. It don't have shit to do with women.
Are women autonomous beings?
Black men who have
The women should almost be irrelevant. It's about the
Okay,
children. It's a one second, sir. Let me help you out. It should be about the women and the men. I mean, no, the children and the men. The women should be like, let the women be women, let the men be men, and we should be educating the children. We shouldn't even think about what she's talking about.
No, what I'm saying is you acting like we can make these people get together.
Project Leroy, 2022.
We absolutely can't make anybody do something they don't want to do. The men education levels are right behind the women, but that doesn't have anything to do with it because they don't consider a plumber an educated man. They don't consider firefighters or police officers or correction officers. Or
why do you give a fuck what they think? You should be leading and educating the children. Fuck what the women think.
Even if you don't have kids?
Even if you don't have
even if you don't have kids, Midas, am I supposed to go to the neighbors and say, hey, I need to educate your goddamn kids because these motherfuckers are dumb?
No, you're supposed to educate your own kids.
Exactly. But who
so right. You shouldn't give a fuck that so exactly. You shouldn't give a fuck that you want to go on date nights and go to vacations. Your focus should be on raising your kids to be better than you. I know for a fact I raised two. I know for a fact. 1 second, sir. I know for a fact I raised two sons. My oldest son name is Sase. My youngest son name is Zaire. Sase and Zaire are better than me. They have no fucking clue what a ghetto is. They had no experiences of the shit that I went through. Their experiences was all beautiful. And if they try to say, oh, we're struck, you a lying piece of shit. You's a fucking liar. You don't have a clue about what a ghetto is, nigga. You had your mama, you had your daddy, your backyard was a park. You had a fucking zip line. You had a fire pit. You had a fucking a garden. You had a fucking no, you don't know what it is. If you try to suggest that you had some kind of struggle in life, you're a liar.
I understand that. Other education. That's what I'm saying. Like, did you take kids, children in?
You went out again, Black America. Oh, no. Don't be sorry. You just went in and out again. Can we hear you now? Black America? You got to pop in now.
Under some power.
Okay. Thank you, Devon Mitchell, for $5. Women are the pride. Modern women are like return set of underwear that you see repackaged at Walmart with some makes you. Oh, don't do that. Because who when you go to the club, who get in free, but who got to pay? Why is it that they let women in free and the men got to pay? Why exactly is that? They do that because they definitely want women to come in because then they can get the men in and get the men to pay. So the prize is already waiting in there because she's free, because she comes in the door free. That's why we have women get in free and men gotta pay. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta make these. Y'all gotta make the connection here. Because that's why they do the club for free. They don't say men get in free. Hey, ladies, all the men are in there free. You can get in as long as you pay. No, the men are paying because the women are in there for free. That's why the women are the prize. Have I been disconnected?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Wait a minute. So I'm just saying, it says the men, black men who have children by age 40, 70% of black men have children. 70% it says. Okay. Up until 40, 70%. So that 54% that they keep statting, and I'm gonna say this. I don't even believe that stat. You know why I don't believe that stat? Is because these stats are based on birth certificate signages. People signing birth certificates. So if this 70% is people signing birth certificates, what happened to the men who don't sign birth certificates? Because there's plenty of those that don't sign birth certificates, right or wrong. So if there's a whole bunch, and we know there's plenty of people who haven't signed a birth certificate, this 70% was wrong. That's why I said 54% of black men didn't have kids. I know that's wrong because they're based on hospital records. Okay? It's based on hospital records. It's irrefutable. That's the only way they could figure out who had a baby and who didn't, is by the records that they have at the hospitals. Right? So that's how I figured that the statistic that 54% had to be wrong. Now I'm definitely know it's wrong because right here it says under the age of 40, 70% of black men have children. 70%. That's a percentage. That's a big percent. Wait a minute. Let's do this. Black women who have had children. Black women who children by age. AGE. Let me see. All right. By the age of 40, by the age of 40, 90% of black women have had children. So 90% of black women have had children by 40, and 70% of black men have had children by 40. Okay. No, that's not a bad example, Stephen James. That's perfect. The analogy is perfect. If you all were the prize, you all would be the ones that would be inside the club, and we would be paying to get in we would be paying just to get in to see you. The prize, I can't make it a clearer example.
And that's crazy because if what you said was the difference between the men and the women, the women have how many and the men have how many?
The men, 70% of men under the age of 40 have children, and 90% of women under the age of 40 have children.
So that means they giving that monkey up. That means they spitting out babies. That means they can't wait to get some of that Johnson, some of that wiener. So y'all should be happy about that. That's not a bad thing. These queens is out here waiting to give it up.
Okay, black women. Okay, but 80% of black women have had a child. Almost all women who will have a child by between 40 and 45. 98% will have had all the children that they need to by the age of 49. Okay?
So damn near all of them.
Mm-hmm. No, 98% of women who are going to have children are done having children by 49. Yes.
So damn near all of them, yeah.
20% of black men remain childless, and how many percentage of women remain childless? Okay. I didn't look up that.
So it's a minority of niggas that ain't having no kids, but the majority of women can't wait to have a kid. Shout out to them queens.
How many remain childless? Okay, how many black women remain childless? Black women. How many black women? Let's see. How many black women? How many did I say black men remain childless? Oh,
a low number.
Okay. Black women, 3% of black women remain childless. Okay.
So that means 97% of you chicks can't wait to get somebody to shoot up the club. Shout out to them black queens.
What? I can't help that. I can't help childless. I had my later on childless. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so
listen, even HQ couldn't wait for somebody to blow the club up. Coming that motherfucker with a Uzi. Shout out to HQ.
20 to 20. Oh, only 20 to 20%. Only 21% of black men are childless. Only 20%. 20% of black men are childless. Yeah, 3%
So
of women.
80% of niggas can't wait to shoot up the club and get their babies out here. So shout out to you niggas. Y'all keeping the hope alive.
So it's a percent. It's 20%. I'd say 21% of men and 3% of women. So
3% of, oh shit. So that means 97% of women can't wait for y'all to blow up the spot. Get to work, niggas.
So the bulk of women on this planet want to have children. So they do. But here's the thing. That's black women. Black women. The number of black women want to have children. But the point is, children are not the problem. Marrying people are the problem. Look at here. How many women? Okay, I got a question for you, Knight. If you could take a guess, what percentage of women would marry their first baby daddy if he asked them to?
Almost none of them.
Almost none of them. And why do you say none of them?
Because you just experiencing what you want to get into. I don't think that the first experience when it comes to women is about their
No. Don't speak for women. You said none.
The majority of men.
I say, what did my percentage say? My percentage say 97%. My percentage says 97% would marry their baby daddy, their first baby daddy. If they had the shot of marrying their first baby daddy, all of them damn near would marry their baby daddy.
They wouldn't like him, though.
They what?
They would not like him, though.
No. I'm just saying, would they marry him? 9 times out of 10.
They might marry him, but they wouldn't like him.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's difficult to get along with human beings. Human beings, it's difficult to get along with human beings. It just is what it is. You're not going to get along with every human being that you get. And sometimes people get married. And see, that's why I encourage people to get to know themselves before they get married. Now, the reason, and this is what we'll leave people with. The reason why the marriage rate has went down the way it has is because women have more options. That's why the rate of marriages have went down, is because women have more options. When my grandmother and my mother were young and they were going to get married, there were certain things they could not do. Couldn't have a bank account, couldn't have all this, couldn't buy property, couldn't do all of that. Women these days are more free now than ever before. Even the men are more free now than they ever have been before. So no woman, many a woman is not signing up to get married. Over the generations, that is what happened. It had nothing to do with feminism. It had nothing to do with any of that. It had to do with the fact that she was cut loose for having, she was cut loose from the bondages of having to marry somebody. Now she can make her own money. She make just as much money as a man. Why would I need to marry? This is the question. Why would you get married and I can do everything that I want to do when I want to do it without having to check in with you? This is statistical facts, sir. Statistical facts. Why would I get married to you when I can do whatever I want to do without you and I make just as much money as you? And the only thing I don't have to do is get pregnant. If I don't get pregnant, I can travel the world. I can work any job I want to. I can sleep with anybody I want to. I can do anything that I want to. Women have become more free than they have ever been in their lives right now. Why would they need to go and get married? There's no reason for a woman to get married. There's no benefit to her. Men keep saying it's no benefit to them. It's no benefit to her. What's the benefit? She can have a baby. Or I've been saying this. She can have a baby without being married. Then she still ain't got.
Right. So then why are we pushing marriage then, HQ? What sense is it trying to get people to get married?
Because of the generational wealth. because of the legacy, because raising proper human beings in a marital setting. That's why. Those are the only reasons to get married. Those are the
Yeah,
only
but
reasons to get
okay, so then it's really not necessary. And the 25% of ladies that are getting married, those are the ladies that want to get married. So we should be good with that, right? Or are you still having a problem because even
No,
if it is
I'm not
just
saying
61%?
I'm not saying it's
Go
right
ahead.
or wrong. I'm not saying right or wrong. I'm saying the statistics bear that out. Because you asked me, it sound like a servant. I didn't say that. The women are saying that. So if the women feel like it's servitude to be married, that means they don't have to get married. And women have been having babies without getting married for the past 25, 30 years. They didn't see any benefit. You see them all the time. Women who have never been married, but they got kids. They didn't feel
Yes,
they didn't feel the need to get married, right? So,
yeah, no, it's not that they didn't feel the need to get married.
what?
Is they was having sex and had a baby and they couldn't
Right,
get married after
right.
that.
And the man that
Nobody
got him
wanted
pregnant,
to accept it.
but I'm saying, why didn't the man who got him pregnant marry him?
Well, because more
Because
than
he didn't.
likely, okay,
Because I'll answer the
okay,
question. Because he didn't want to marry her. So if I
no,
wanted to get
so
married,
don't do that. So don't do
right?
that. That's not what it is, HQ.
What
That's
is it?
like a woman who has kids by multiple men. If so, you're
No, no,
telling me
no,
she
no.
don't
What about
command
that
them?
first
Hold
baby?
on,
That
hold
first
on,
baby.
hold
That
on.
first baby.
She
The
don't
first.
want to be married, HQ.
No, no, no. What
She
about that first baby? That first
she
baby.
doesn't want to be married.
Why?
She doesn't want to be married because she doesn't have to get married. Just
So
like you just said, she
they
don't
don't.
have to get married.
But I'm saying to you, if the father of the baby would have married her, she'd have married him probably. I'd say at least
And, and
I told 97%. I believe it's more along the lines 85, 90%. They would have married
I,
their baby daddy.
I don't think so because just like you said, they don't need to, they don't have to. They can go out and do whatever they want and not have any accountability to a man. So why do they marry him to stifle themselves? They feel like they're stifling themselves if
Right.
they marry somebody because then now if you marry me, you're going to be accountable to me. I don't
Yeah.
want they don't
Right.
want to be accountable.
Right. So they don't want to have to explain to you X, Y, and Z. They don't want to have to explain any of these things. So that's for what they're doing now. That doesn't mean when they get a certain age that they won't change their mind. But for now,
Yeah, but it's too
currently,
late.
currently,
It's too late.
it's never
It's
too
too
late.
late after that.
It's never too late. It's never too late. Long as they ain't
It
got no
is.
babies. Long as they
Listen,
ain't,
HQ.
it ain't never too late.
Listen,
It ain't never too
listen, HQ. I'm telling you something. Let me tell you something. You said as long as they don't have what no
long
kids.
as they don't have no babies, it ain't never too late.
Okay, so what age? What age do you think it is when women bodies stop producing the eggs to even have children?
When they hit menopause.
HQ, this before menopause. Menopause is
Mm,
the body's engine shutting down to make babies. What
yes.
age
So
do
you can
women lose
have
all their eggs?
you can have babies up until menopause. You can have babies up
Health,
until
health,
menopause.
healthy children?
Yes. Yes.
HQ, I don't think so. Maybe you think
America,
so,
I had a
but
child at 39. I know you can have children
okay,
in
but
the
you,
late
but
30s.
you, but you had previous children. So yours was in working condition and working order. It had already done it before.
Yes. But still.
So what I'm talking about is somebody trying to shit out a kid at 40 and 49 and doing like the brat and all of them, these stud muffins, and they're going and having these expensive procedures done because they can't. Their bodies aren't having children by themselves.
Yeah,
They need help.
yeah,
HQ.
but
Your body don't need help.
yeah, but
Your
they're
body at that point.
right. But they're still having children. That is a loss that they're willing to take. That's my whole point. I mean, I just went over video after video. It's a loss that they're willing to take. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Okay. So as a man, that is not a loss that I am willing to incur. I don't want to get with no. Women are always talking about building.
Mhm.
After a woman hits about 40, 44, there's nothing to build with you on. Your life is set. You are set in your ways, and you can sit by yourself. There's
Right.
nothing else to do with that.
But see, this is a common thread that these people are putting together. We don't have to have no babies in our 20s. We can do whatever we need to do in our 20s. We'll figure it out when we hit 30. We'll figure it out when we hit 32. This is the thought process. I'm not saying forever they don't have children. No, that's not the case. I'm saying women are opting out of having children immediately because they want to be set either financially or mentally or emotionally. They want to be set before they settle down and get married. A lot of women do. I mean, it's just
Okay,
they do.
so with children, right? Because I got kids too, right? Is
Yeah.
there ever anything that's set? Like, are you ever financially set when it comes to children?
Well, no, because I figure if you have more than 2 kids, you're gonna be broke
Right.
all.
So you know as well as I know that is a stupid thing to even think of. It's stupidity. You are
Yeah, but that's
never set. And when you have financial. There's no such thing as financial freedom when you have children. HP.
right. Right. That's true. That's true. That the financial freedom comes after people have kids, and most of the kids are walking out the door, getting ready to walk out the door. Then you don't have to worry about babysitting, watching a kid, worrying about a kid come home, X, Y, and Z. You're free to do all of these things on your own. I get it. I totally do. But I'm saying after it's disheartening, but it is where the women are heading to. A lot of them are saying, okay, I don't need to have a baby right now. I can have a baby later on. People want them to get married early, but they're not getting married early. They're getting married later
All
and
right.
later.
All
They're
right. So
getting,
can I explain to you from the man side of it then?
yeah, go ahead.
All right. So this is the way it is. 20s, yeah, we can start having the kids. If you're waiting to 30 something to have kids,
Mhm.
I'm going to be looking to do something different. My life is in a completely different space as a man.
Mhm.
You are either getting into your second career or on your way to a final, like a bedrock career. Because just like Nidish told you and I told you and every man will tell you, you grow as you get older and you change jobs and you change positions. So you starting to look to have kids. Now, I got a lot of white friends that wait until they're 40, 45 to have kids, but that's
Mhm.
because that's like a going away party. They're on their way out. When if at this age, yes, I would have a kid, but I'm not trying to have no more kids right now. You see
Right.
what I mean? I'm
Right.
I'm on my way out. I'm like, what quality of life am I gonna have with another damn toddler? I don't want no more, baby. If it happened,
Yeah,
I'm cool with it, but I
but
wouldn't want any more.
yeah, but most men don't. Most men would prefer to do what they need to do before they have kids. You all said yourself, the men you should wait until they're in their 40s or whatever, and some men may, and some
No,
women
no man,
may.
no man says wait until your 40s. We never say that. We say you start making your money in your 40s. You need
But
to
you
have your
don't.
kids early and grow with them and get them out of the way.
Okay. I mean it makes sense, but I wouldn't recommend you getting married before the age of 25 because nobody knows what the hell is going on with you. You don't know what the hell is going on when you're 25, before 21 and 22. You don't even know what the hell is going on with yourself. This is why half of these women who were pregnant and who had babies and who got married early are opting out of being married. That's how these marriages end so early, because she never figured out what she wanted, and he never figured out what he wanted. Neither one of them
No,
figured out.
they don't do like you did, HQ, and make the decision to stay. Every day, they don't make the decision to stay. That's why
Right.
they're leaving. They have a weak countenance. You don't. It doesn't have anything to do with knowing yourself. They're not steadfast. They have a weak countenance, HQ. So
So
they don't have to stay.
yeah, so how do you shore that up in men and women? How do you shore up this weak countenance in men and women? Because they neither
You
one can get married.
you know what I would like, HQ. This is what I would like. Seriously, I would like, if a man has a kid with a woman, I
Mhm.
would like full control of that child. That means total like the fatherhood. The kid go live with. I would like that man to be 100% responsible for that child.
Mhm.
This way, this would stop men, right, from going and having kids with several different women, right?
Mhm.
This way, because if the man has to be responsible for the
Mhm.
kid,
Mhm.
right? He's probably gonna make that mistake once. He might make it twice, but he
Right.
ain't gonna make it 5 or 10 times.
Right.
I got, it's if he can't afford it and he is 100, and we know men aren't, the best at all of this Section 8, and there is no, what do you call
Oh,
it?
I
No
told you
help.
that Beans is on that section. I told you Beans got Section 8, right?
Right. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
as a man, you get no help. If you have a kid, there's no such thing as Section 8. There's no such thing as food stamps. You are solely and wholly responsible for that child. You see
I
what
didn't
I
know
mean?
I didn't know men could get
Meaning until it, like I told you last time, I have never in my life ever heard or seen a man that
Mhm.
had Section 8. So that to me,
He
he's like a
proudly said
unicorn.
that. He proudly said it too. So
I know, and that's why I said that to me, he is kind of, I don't consider that men. That's not a manly thing.
I don't know what's
And
going
I'm
on.
not saying he's less of a man. He's
Right.
just not somebody as a man, he's not somebody I would fuck with.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I've never heard of anybody. So I'm not saying they can't, because obviously they can, but I had never heard of it until I heard it from him, and I done knew Section 8 for years, but I had never heard of a man being on it. So that's the whole point is, look, there's a whole bunch of new wave men and new wave women all around this planet. But give me your final thoughts, because we're gonna have to do this again. We had to do this again. 'Cause we gotta have
Yeah,
some.
and I went out and found that video. I was trying to send
Did
it
you
to
put
you.
it?
Huh?
Do you have my email?
Yeah, I have, but I would have had to type it in. I'm not doing all of
No,
that,
I'm
girl.
saying when we leave here, when you leave here,
Right. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send it to you. It's that T. It looked like TGI Fridays to me. That's
Oh,
all
okay.
I know. I had screenshot it. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh,
Thought it
okay.
was
So
a
you
restaurant or
got my
something.
email though, right? So you can send it to me.
Right.
'Cause, it
Right.
didn't.
And it's the medium man.
Okay.
It's the medium man thing. So
Okay.
I'm gonna send that to you. But
Okay.
once again, final thoughts. All you people, go for a walk after dinner. Get
Yes.
your fat ass up. Get
Yes.
your fat ass up. Get your fat ass up. I'm Dr. Umar now. Uh, go for a walk after dinner.
I'm going walking with my neighborhood people at 10 o'clock. So our neighborhood,
See,
we get up and we
see
walk around the block.
that's that's old people. I know you live in an old folks community. That's what you old people do. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
this
can't
motherfucker
fool
expensive.
me.
This motherfucker
All you
expensive
damn,
too. Mm.
that's right. All you goddamn senior citizens. Yeah, but you young people, get up and go walk after dinner.
Yeah.
If you are underemployed or unemployed, go get a CDL. They're going to start kicking these illegal citizens out of the country. There's
Yeah.
going to be a whole lot more truck driving jobs,
Right.
and they need you. They
Yes.
need you. If you're not making 50, 60, 70, $80,000 a year,
Right.
go get you a CDL,
Right.
and
Right.
you'll
Yeah.
never have to look for a job. They'll
Yeah.
look for you.
Right. Also, you were supposed to look up that shit. It just went away. Oh, why it's going to be the old folks and the disabled folks that gonna get broke off the worst for this Medicaid and food stamp.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't think that the old folks are going to be touched. I just think that the younger, able-bodied people who
No,
are able to work.
Medicaid is all the nursing homes rely on Medicaid, Black America. And if they cut the Medicaid, where them old people gonna go?
They need to be going home with their children and dying in the bed like they used to do.
They can't afford to.
I watched all my grandmothers die at home. I watched all of them.
That's what's gonna happen. Our homeless population gonna get higher and higher.
No, I didn't say homeless. I said I watched all my grandparents die at home.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying our homeless situation is gonna get higher and higher for the vets, the disabled, and the old people.
But how? How are they going to get homeless because they drop Medicaid?
Because if I own a hospital or a clinic, and 80% of it is funded by Medicaid, and you cut my Medicaid, that means I can't have that many patients, right or wrong.
Oh, it means why don't they go home to their goddamn children?
Yeah, how they gonna go home to their disabled people? Go home to disabled people, adults who don't have no
HQ. I have a mother, HQ. She's old. You know who lives with her? My sister.
Not everybody has enough room. Not everybody is rich enough to take care of people at their home, Black America. There's people who have handicapped children. There's people who have handicapped children that they take care of every day, live with them, services that they need. That they not gonna get.
So you telling me that nobody? You're telling me essentially that nobody has worked and had Social Security or a retirement or pension. Like, I don't understand
No.
Wait a minute.
This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if I got 100% Medicaid, and you tell me you're gonna cut 50% of that, that means I only get 50%, right? So if I only get 50, if you cut 50 and I'm only getting 50, and I'm a hospital, and my hospital has 80% Medicaid, funded by 80% Medicaid, and you cut it down to 40%, that means I'm short 40% of Medicaid. And you know who takes care of the 40%? Is people in the beds, people that are chronically sick, people that gotta come to the hospital, gotta come to the nursing home. Now, instead of having 100 beds, 100 beds, I'm funded by 80% Medicaid. They cut half to 40%. That means I only got 60% to take care of in that nursing home. I can only afford.
And I understand what you're saying, HQ. My thing
that
is
mean that 40% got to go somewhere. Where they gonna go, Black America? They gonna go on the street, or they gonna go home, or they just gonna die.
No, they have retirement. Where are their retirement and their pension plans?
It's supplemented by the nursing home. It's supplemented by the nursing home.
But you act like people that made it to that age their whole life without working. HQ, when you get
they don't get that much money. They don't get that much money. Do you know
how much are you gonna get from your husband's retirement? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real.
Maybe $1,800 to $2,000, something like that.
No, you're not. You're gonna get a whole lot more from his retirement benefit.
I've already called him, and that's how much I'm going to get.
You're going to. You're not getting any social security, right?
That's it. That's all I'm gonna get.
So why is it you're not getting his social security? His death benefit.
Because this is how much people get. Black America. This is what people get.
No.
If you work, you get Social Security. You don't get 401k because if you don't work a 401k job, you don't get 401k. So you get a regular month. That's it.
Right. You get a retirement. You get a retirement and a pension. He didn't have. I thought you said he had a job at the airport. Yes, Which job was his final job? His final job was the job at the. What the hell job did he have? Final job. No, he didn't have a final job. He had disability. He got disability. He was disabled. Okay, so before disability, what was his final job?
I'm not able to get any of that money. He was a correction officer. I'm not able to get any money.
What?
That's what they told me.
HQ. So that's supposed to be under PERS. Do you know what that is?
That's a part. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's a part of that $2,000 I'm talking about. Whatever monies I get from his, that's a part of that $2,000. That's a part of that. Because we wouldn't be old enough to get the 67, the full benefit. I'm not old enough to get that. He wasn't old enough to get that.
No, but did he do it? How many years did he do it? Did he do it over 10 years?
Shit. Yeah, as a correction officer, yeah.
Hey, you might need to go talk to a lawyer now.
I mean, I know I have to go. I know I have to talk to them again, but I'm not old enough to get any money from that.
No. You're not old enough right now. But what I'm telling you is, he was what do they call it? For me, like as a union worker, like my mom gets like I want to say. Well, my mom gets like $7,500 a month, right?
Ooh.
My dad works.
Most people ain't making that kind of money. Most people ain't gonna get that kind of money. Black America.
Well, I mean, he worked for the railroad for 27 years.
But there you go, because they have a pension, had everything set into place. But remember how they cut other people off. Remember how they cut other people off from getting those kind of benefits. Now you can't do the retirement thing, right?
No, but you're no. So what it is with the PERS is you still are eligible for a percentage of like his last, I want to say like last year or 2 years worth of working. You're still eligible for, it's either like 80 or 85% of the total of what he was making per month. You understand? So if he was making $10,000 a month, you're still eligible for $8,000. That it's just like ballpark figure.
See, I never once they told me no, I was like, oh, okay, well, whatever. But they told me I was too young even. I was too young to even collect any of that. So
So you can't go by what they told you. You might need to talk to them again, like I said, because that was
I had to actually write to them or call them because it's all the way in Illinois, and I'm not in Illinois anymore. Because I just left it where it was, when they told me,
and it was Illinois. I believe they have a great pension, and Chicago is all about unions. He was in the union.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicago is all about unions. Correction officers have the same union and retirement as firefighters and police officers. You need to really kind of check into it.
Then I got to check into it again, but I'm still not old
Yes.
enough to. I'm still not old enough to get it.
Yeah.
I still have.
You have to be at least 62. You got to be at least 62 before you start drawing, and that would be for early. But even if you waited later to 65, you still need to check into it. So once again, everybody,
it was just unimaginable because it was so far away. So anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
final thoughts. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, you have a good day.
Thank you. Remember,
I already said my final thoughts.
Looking at that Medicaid.
Look into now. What am? Oh, you just want me to look into it, see what's going on.
You're gonna look into that Medicaid. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Hey, everybody. Hey. Thank y'all for showing up. We will do another show of statistics. We can do another show of statistics. We will. Somebody just let me know. So I'm going to eat me a sandwich, a bologna sandwich, because I don't feel like doing anything but making a bologna sandwich and being done. So thank y'all for showing up. Please hit the like button. I never said any of that, but hopefully everybody did that. Hopefully everybody hit the like button. We got some statistics out of the way. We still got statistics. We still can look them up. We can still do what we got to do. But thank y'all for coming out. I'll see y'all tomorrow.